Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Daily Fantasy Talk Show coming back with the DFS Dark Nights. I know it's been a while. I apologize. We had the holidays and all that, so I haven't really had time to get anything out. And me and Cody are going to be recording a video for NFL. We'll be posting that probably Saturday, hopefully Saturday night, before Sunday's slate. It's going to cover Sunday's slate. We got a massive slate on there. All the games are on Sunday this week, so it's going to be a lot of fun there. So be on the lookout for that video. For today, I'm going to be covering NBA. I know this video is going to get out kind of late. It's already 1 o'clock. So I'll probably try to get this video by like 2:30, so that way you guys can get your lineups together. If you do stick around for the video, I will be putting my core four guys in. So if you want to get in on that, definitely be sure to stick around for the video. If you enjoy our content, feel free to like and subscribe. We want to build this channel up. Now that the holidays are done, we're really going to be posting a lot of content on here. Golf season's going to be starting up, and I'm a big guy into that, so I'll be posting some golf. Be doing NBA, and we'll also be doing NFL playoffs, and all that. So be sure to stick around for that. So let's dive on into the slate, so I can get this video up for y'all. So starting at the point guard position today, Westbrook is going to sit from what I've seen. So I'm assuming he's out at this point. So I'm not obviously going to go there. But if he does for some reason, if they change their mind and he ends up playing, I would definitely like Westbrook going against Minnesota today. I'm just going to skip over guys who I'm not going to play today. So just keep the video kind of short for y'all. So if you have a question on somebody, feel free to ask me in the comments. You can always reach out to me on Twitter at Fantasy Talk Show, and I'll try to answer as many questions as I can. But going down to the below 10K range, actually, that's a lie. LeBron, I like if he plays today. He's questionable right now. I think it's with a sprained ankle, but he hasn't sat because of it yet. So I assume he's going to play today. And I don't mind him, but I think I'd rather play Anthony Davis for the Lakers in the San Antonio matchup with Aldridge looking like he's probably going to miss today. But if Aldridge plays, I would probably be fine with going to LeBron. Lillard and Steph, I like both sides of this game here. You already know that they're talking on Twitter about trying to put up half-court shots, so this will be pretty entertaining between these two guys. Real good competitors. I think they'll be quite popular, just because I think a lot of people like this matchup. But I'm actually going to be going to Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving going against the Hawks again, had an atrocious shooting showing against them last time. And he still almost hit value. He was at like 4.8x or something like that. So nothing terrible. And considering he shot, I think 10 of 27, that's pretty good considering he shot that badly. So I'm not counting on that again. I really like Kyrie today. Trae Young's definitely not known for his defense, so I'm not afraid of that matchup at all. So I really like Kyrie. Kyrie's going to be part of my core four sneak peek for later. So definitely make sure you stick around for the rest of those. CJ McCollum, I like. He can kind of be a pivot off of Damian Lillard today. I think Dame's going to be really popular just because I think a lot more people believe that Portland's going to win over Golden State. So CJ McCollum, I think, is a really good pivot there. He's been playing really good this year. Jimmy Butler, if he plays, is a fine play. Just watch for the blowout possibility. Detroit's had quite a few blowouts this year, being on the wrong side of it. So Miami can definitely get that done, which would be the only thing that would keep me off of Butler. I really like D'Angelo Russell here, going against Washington. No Westbrook today, so he's going to get Raul Neto on the defensive side. That doesn't scare me at all. I think this is probably going to be one of my favorite games to target. But D-Russ at 7.5 looking like a good play here. Going down to Quantum Murray and Terry Rozier, both good plays. Rozier, he's just a little scoring dependent for me at some points, but going against Memphis, I think he can definitely get it done. And even if he grabs a couple rebounds, that would definitely pay off the price. I could definitely see him putting up a 40 today. But I probably like Devonta Murray a little better, especially if Aldridge does miss. We saw last game when Aldridge was out, Murray put up it was 26, 7, and 7. So he definitely was able to get some rebounds in there. He was able to obviously dish out the assists as he does. But just the rebound upside is there, and he's definitely a triple-double threat. So I definitely like Devonta if Aldridge is out. Probably if Aldridge is out, he's probably my second or third favorite point guard here on the slate today in terms of mid to upper value, or spend ups, I should say. Scrolling down a little more, I really like Devontae Graham this slate. At a 6-6 price, he doesn't really need too much as long as he keeps dishing out assists. He just needs to be shooting a little more, honestly. He could be really smashing this year, but he's really deferred to his teammates and been working on his assist numbers this year. He's had 2 games with 10 plus assists, so it's good to see, knowing that he can be a double double threat. But he just needs to shoot a little more. But other than that, I really like Devonte Graham in this matchup today. I think him going against D-Russ, or I'm sorry, him going against Tyus Jones. I don't know why I said D-Russ. I was thinking of another game. Him going against Tyus Jones should be a fine matchup for him. Obviously, Dylan Brooks is probably going to take on Terry Rozier, just because Devontae is more of the point guard. But either guy, him or Graham or Rozier, looks good to me today. Scrolling down a little more, this is kind of like a dead zone to me. Derek White is going to make his return tonight, but I don't know what his minutes situation is going to be, so I'm not going to get there. If you needed someone in this range, I would probably go Rubio, especially if this game turns into a blowout. I don't think it will, but Rubio is definitely a guy who can put up double-digit assists off the bench, and if he gets hot, he'll stay in. So Rubio, not a bad option here, but not my favorite. I would probably rather go to a spend down option if you were in this range. Guys down here like Jeff Teague. Jeff Teague played really well last game against, I believe it was Indy. He had a really good game there. Just pull him up. It's only priced at 4.2, so he doesn't need too much to get you there. My computer's struggling right now. Okay, there we go. So let's pull him up. So last game, he had 23 fantasy points, and that was only on 2 of 6 shooting. So he's getting it done in other ways. Obviously, you got the 4 steals, but all you need really is this 25, and he'll get you there. So he's not a bad option. Probably not my favorite, but if you need a guy in the 4K range, I would say Jeff Teague probably my favorite in there. Just going down a little more, Killian Hayes has actually been really surprisingly bad this year. I think eventually he'll break out, but I don't think today's the day against Boston. So I'm probably not going to get too much there, especially since he's questionable already. I do like Peyton Pritchard quite a bit. He's been playing really well for the Celtics. He's still priced below 4K, so he doesn't even need to hit 20 fantasy points to hit value. And I don't know if you guys have been paying too much attention to this guy, but he's been right around that 18 to 20 fantasy point range. So he can definitely get you there. Last game, he got 18, 24, 20. So he's certainly building a role for himself. I mean, the minutes are there. And for a guy who is very involved in the offense, considering he's a rookie, I really like him. And especially if he can stay hot with the shooting. I really like Peyton Pritchard. I think he's one of my favorite value plays. Outside of the next guy, who's going to be Raul Neto. Neto is going to be my favorite value if Westbrook does sit, and it certainly looks like he's going to. What's great about Neto is you can slide him in the point guard or the shooting guard spot, obviously in the guard or util spot as well. But I really like the guys that you can put in both because that gives you a bit more options going off of that. For the rest of the guys, I'm not getting to anyone down here, so Neto will be the lowest I go. Going to shooting guards now. Shooting guards are going to be interesting today, starting at the top with Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal, obviously, if Westbrook sits, is looking like a really good play going against Minnesota. He'll get the matchup against D-Russ or Malik Beasley. So neither of those guys scare me defensively. Beal should be very involved in the offense with no Westbrook, so he'll get plenty of shots up. He should get plenty of assists as well. The last game that Westbrook sat out, Beal had 7 assists, which is a season high so far. Obviously not the longest season so far, but definitely good to see he'll spread the ball around with no Westbrook. And obviously he has the rebounding chances for a rebound if there's no Westbrook as well. I really like Beal here. I think he can smash his price. Him and Kyrie are probably my 2 favorite guards in this range. Going down a little bit, Jaylen Brown looking good against Detroit. Had an awesome game last game, put up like 30 actual points and added in a bunch of other stats. I think he had like 50 fantasy points or something like that. But in the 8K range. He's got to get to 40. The only thing I'm worried about is a blowout possibility because Detroit not that great, and the Celtics just blew up Memphis. So Celtics are looking good. Detroit not so much. This could turn into a blowout, so I'd be a little careful here with your Celtics spend ups. I would much rather try to get to a Bradley Beal, but if you can't get there, I'm obviously fine with going Jaylen Brown here. Um, Devin Booker just hasn't been the same with Chris Paul there for some reason. I thought he was going to be a lot better. He really hasn't. I'm not really getting there. His assists are just non-existent now with Chris Paul taking them all away, and he really hasn't been shooting as well either. So I'm probably staying off of Booker, going down a little bit more. I already talked about D-Rose, talked about Rozier. Wiggins had a great game last game. Now he's priced at 7. He had, I think, 45 fantasy points last game, so that obviously smashed there. If this game stays close, he could certainly be a really good option here at the shooting guard position. But that's one thing I am worried about is Portland blowing up Golden State. So if that happens, Wiggins won't get the run, and he definitely won't get there with the 7K price tag. But this game stays close and he gets extended run. I really like Wiggins here at the 6-9 spot. Keep going down a little bit here. Dylan Brooks was the big chalk last night. Wasn't horrible. He got like 4x. Wasn't a smash, but going against Charlotte tonight, who's a significantly worse defense, he's looking like a good play. He'll shoot plenty. His rebounding and assists numbers should go up with no jaw. So I like Dylan Brooks here at this price tag. Keep going down here. I don't like Keldon Johnson if Derek White gets any kind of run, so I'm probably going to steer clear of Keldon Johnson today. With Michael Porter Jr. out, Will Barton's interesting. He could get some extended run. Just going against Phoenix, they're apparently first against shooting guards, but Will Barton's more the 3 anyway. So if Will Barton gets a start tonight, he's certainly in my interest, but probably just sprinkle him in a couple lineups. I wouldn't play him if you're only playing one lineup. He's not really a guy that's going to kill you, so don't worry about him too much, but he can definitely hit value there. Josh Jackson getting a little bump in the price. If he starts, he seems like a fine play. If not, I'm definitely not getting there, I should say. Boston, very good defensive team, and if it gets to a blowout, he's just not going to get run. The one time he didn't hit value this year was when he played 19 minutes in the second game of the season. Just didn't get enough run to get there, but he's been very good outside of that. So if he gets a start, I'm probably going to go Josh Jackson in the small forward position just because of his consistency to hit value, his scoring ability, his rebounding ability. It's all pretty much there, but definitely not a guy you need to get to again. I don't think he's going to break the slate or anything like that. Going down a little more, Cam Reddish is probably my favorite spend down option at the shooting guard position. He played very well last game going against Brooklyn again. So Brooklyn not a great defense against shooting guards so far this year, and Cam Reddish has really been starting to get into a groove, find a shot a bit more. Trae Young's been passing a lot better this year, so Cam Reddish been getting a lot more looks. I really like Cam Reddish as a spend down option down here. With Derek White coming back, I'm probably not going to Lonnie Walker. Duncan Robinson seems like a good option here with the possibility of a blowout, but he's just too shooting dependent for me. So I'm probably going to steer clear of him. He's definitely an option, but yeah, I'm probably not going to get there myself. Avery Bradley will be going back to the bench if Jimmy Butler comes back. So if that's the case, definitely not getting any Avery Bradley. If I'm scrolling down anymore, I really don't like any of these guys except for Garrett Temple. Garrett Temple obviously will get some run with the Bulls having some health protocol issues. So Garrett Temple's good. And as I said, Raul Neto, definitely my favorite spend down guard. Going to small forwards now. Eventually, once my computer wakes up. All right, there we go. So up top, I believe LeBron's up here. Yep, so we already talked about him. Kawhi going against Utah seems like a fine matchup. I'm probably not going to get to that game very much. I don't think it's going to be too high scoring. Tatum, again, like Jaylen Brown, I really like him if this game doesn't turn into a blowout. I think it might, but I really like both of these guys if it stays close. Middleton been playing very well this year. Obviously, because Giannis had a bit of a slow start, but Giannis picked it up last game, so I expect the same here. I think Middleton's going to be fine, but I think Giannis is really going to take control of this beaten up Chicago team. Though I will say this game, probably more than the Boston game, is going to be a blowout. So I wouldn't play too much Milwaukee just because I know that, or I don't know, but I'm assuming it's going to be a blowout. So I'm probably not going to get too much of this game either. Obviously, you have to have good scoring to get to a blowout, but I really don't like in terms of the price, I don't know if Chris Middleton can get 35 in like 25 minutes because I think that's what he's going to play tonight. Going down a little more, as I said, Michael Porter Jr. is out, so that helps the surrounding surrounding Nuggets. Like Jamal Murray, if he plays, Jokic, if neither of them play, Jokic, even if Murray plays, Jokic probably. I'll talk about him later, but he's probably one of my favorite bigs today. Jeremy Grant, he's been hitting value all year. Again, going against Boston could be risky, but with Boston being such a great defensive team, though they are middle of the pack this year, so not outstanding. I don't mind Jeremy Grant here. He takes a lot of shots. Just that price tag scary to me a little bit, but definitely don't mind him if you need someone in this range. I would probably say he's my favorite out of this range outside of Wiggins or Brooks, but outside of them, you're good to go there. Oubre eventually has to shoot well, guys. Like one of these days, he's going to go off for like 40 fantasy points, and everyone's going to be like, "Oh, I wish I had him today." I don't know if it's today, but Portland's not a bad matchup, so certainly I could see him going off for that today. We'll be going against head to head. I think we'll be going against Carmelo. Carmelo comes off the bench though, so I'm not 100% sure who will be going head to head against. I don't have the lineups in front of me, but either way, I really don't. I'm not really afraid to play Oubre, especially in a GPP. Probably in a cash games, I would stay away from him because he could bust you in cash games. But in a GPP, Oubre is going to be fine to get to. Going down a little bit more, be careful of this. Otto Porter blew up last night. Luckily, I had him because I saw he was going into the starting lineup. I assume he'll get the start again tonight just because he played so well. But like I said, this game could turn into a blowout real fast. And the first guy that they're going to sit is going to be Otto Porter because he's so injury prone. And they already said at the beginning of the season they were going to try to limit his minutes to around 30 because of the injuries that he's been getting. But I really, a lot of people are going to go here tonight, guys. And I don't think I can just because of the fact that I don't think Chicago is going to score a lot. And if they do, it's going to be from their guards because Giannis and Middleton are going to play really well against the forwards today. I think it's going to be a day that Kobe White and Zach LaVine are basically going to chuck up threes and hope that they drop. And if they don't, then this is going to get ugly real fast. So obviously Porter's going to, all he needs is really like 30 or a little less than 30. So it's not impossible that he gets there, but I'm going to go with the fade on Otto Porter tonight just because of that defense that he'll be going against. Kuzma, I'm only interested if LeBron sits or AD sits. I haven't heard anything about AD sitting, but if LeBron sits because of the ankle and Kuzma starts, I like Kuzma a lot. Going down a little more, Denny looks fine. He's been playing pretty well for the Wizards, especially with no Russ today. It's a bit more rebounding upside. All the Wizards do, so definitely can get your fair share of exposure to them. I think this will be a pretty high scoring game. Josh Richardson doesn't need a lot to get to that value to this price, so I like him. Jay Crowder has been shooting lights out for the Suns lately, so he's definitely a guy you can get to. He'll be low owned, but just know that he's going to be very scoring dependent and defensive dependent. So if his three balls aren't falling like they have been, it's going to be hard for him to get to this price. But honestly, it's not too hard of a price to get to. Even if he hits like 2 or 3 threes and then grabs maybe 1 or 2 steals, he's almost there already. So he doesn't need a ton. So I definitely don't mind Jay Crowder here. Rudy Gay, only if Aldridge misses, would be an interest for me. Going down a little farther here, really not interested in too many guys down here. It's just not a lot of upside, really. Derek Jones is the guy who starts for Portland, so that's who Oubre would be going against tonight. So take that as you may. Just tough matchup, but Oubre eventually is going to pop off. So TLC, he's interesting, but he just really didn't do a lot last game. I think he had 3 points and absolutely busted. He doesn't need a lot at this price, which is really frustrating, or was really frustrating for me the other night because I had a lot of TLC and he busted. So that was great, but he's just not getting a lot of rebounding now with KD there and DeAndre Jordan and Jared Allen. So rebounding upside just not there for him, and he's just not getting the shots because Kyrie's taking 20 shots a game, KD another 20 shots a game. So TLC not really getting a lot of opportunity there. So I'm probably not going to get here. I might have like one or two lineups with him, but and then Garrett Temple, as we talked about already. Outside of that, not really getting too much down here. THT, if LeBron misses, seems like a good option. But other than that, not getting down here. Going to power forwards now. This video is going to be quite long. I apologize, but if you're sticking around, I'm definitely going to be giving you that core four. So going up top here with Giannis, like I said, blowout possibility, but he should smash. He should smash here. I mean, there's no reason that Giannis should not dominate this game. It's honestly just going to be about whether he plays enough to hit value. You know, he's gonna probably put up a triple double. It just depends on how many points and rebounds he can put up before he gets benched for the game. So I really like Giannis if this game can even if Giannis even plays 5 minutes in the fourth quarter, that's a win. So I think Giannis should certainly be sprinkled in today. I wouldn't go 100% Giannis just because of the blowout factor, but I would probably go like 50-60% if you're doing like a 20 max, or if you're going 150 max, probably like a 30-35%. But I really like Giannis today in this matchup. He should absolutely dominate. AD is still getting that really nice price discount here. If LeBron misses, he should be smash play, especially if Aldridge is out. So watch for those two factors today. But I really like AD at this price. I think he's definitely capable of being a 10K plus player. KD did really well against Atlanta last time, so I don't mind him at all. Going down a little more, John Collins smashed against Brooklyn last game, mostly because Capella is just getting limited to 20 minutes. So if we see a report that Capella is getting either no minutes restriction or he's getting bumped up to like 25, 27, I would stay off of Collins. But for now, until we know that Capella is going to play more than 20 minutes a game, Collins should be a smash spot, especially against a team where they can't really stretch with him. Obviously, DeAndre Jordan and Jared Allen can't really stretch out to the 3-point line to play defense. So that prevents, or that, creates a lot of opportunity for Collins. Going down a little bit, not really a lot of options in this range for me. Draymond, if he plays, probably still not going to get there. If Draymond plays, that does that kind of screws up the Golden State. I probably would only go Steph if Draymond plays, just because I think there's just so much usage to go around that it would be hard for Oubre and Wiggins to both hit value with Draymond playing. So just watch for that news coming out later. Washington busted a lot of people last time out, but he certainly had a hot start to the season. Memphis doesn't really have a great big other than Valanciunas, so Washington should be in a pretty good spot here. Valanciunas will be on Bismack Biyombo, so don't mind PJ Washington at all here. Achimura, if he doesn't have a minutes restriction, should be in a really good spot here. Has plenty of rebounding upside with no Russ, and him and Thomas Bryant should dominate with no Cat in there. So I really like a lot of Washington today. Markkanen already ruled out, as you can see that. Bertans has just been terrible this year, coming off of his injury. He just, I think last game he shot like 0-7 or 0-6 before hitting a shot, and just not great there. Going down a little more, Tice I like, but not a smash play because Tristan Thompson not listed on the injury report, so I'm probably going to go to Tristan there. Going down a little more, Bobby Portis could get some run today if this turns into a blowout. So Bobby Portis actually is probably one of my favorite power forward values today, just because of the blowout possibility. He should get plenty of run behind Giannis. And if you're playing for the blowout, definitely include Bobby Portis in there because he's a guy who can score really fast. And at this price, he's not going to need that long to get there. So really like Bobby Portis there. If we keep going here, not getting to too much. Saric, once he gets out of his minutes restriction, should be pretty good. If he's not going to be on a minutes restriction, he can definitely hit this 3.6 price. Doesn't even have to hit 20 fantasy points. He put up plenty of, I think he put up like 4 shots in like 14 minutes yesterday, and got plenty of rebounds too. So he's a guy that I like a lot. If we get news that he's not on a minutes restriction or his minutes restriction is going to increase. Going down here, not really getting to anyone, not getting to anyone at all. So let's go to the centers and finish up this video here. I appreciate y'all if you stuck around this long. I know it's been a long video, but I want to make sure I'm doing a good breakdown for you. And obviously, we're going to be getting to the core four in just a minute. So Jokic, probably my favorite center of the night. Going against, he does have a tough matchup against DeAndre Ayton, but he's going to get a lot of usage tonight with no Michael Porter Jr., the possibility of Jamal Murray missing. He should just get plenty of usage, and he's been a guy who can rebound, pass, and score. He's been putting up triple doubles like crazy this year, so really like Jokic here. Going down a little bit, Bam's in a really good spot going against Dallas. Should get plenty of usage, especially if Jimmy Butler's out. Bam's probably going to be my second to third favorite center here on the spend up option. So just watch the Jimmy Butler news there. Going down a little more, Nurkic, James Wiseman has really had an issue with defending this year so far. So Nurkic should have a really good opportunity, him and both Enes Kanter. Kanter, I think, is at 4-4. We'll go down there in a minute. Probably my favorite center play of the night outside of Jokic is Jimmy Thomas Bryant going against Minnesota. He's a guy who can definitely put up a double-double with no Westbrook in there. I really like him with no Cat, obviously, to defend him, so he's going to be going against Naz Reid. Naz Reid's a guy who picks up fouls like crazy. Obviously, so does Thomas Bryant, so I guess we'll see how that goes. But I really like Thomas Bryant there. Even if Aldridge plays, I'm not going to get there at that price. Going down a little more, not really too much here. If Capella gets an increase on his minutes restriction, I love him tonight. I think he's in a smash spot at this price. By the end of the year, he'll probably be like 7-8K. So I would definitely want to be around for the game that he crushes this price. Going down a little more, like I said, Naz Reid is interesting just because we know that Thomas Bryant can foul a lot. So if Thomas Bryant gets taken out early because of foul trouble, Naz Reid should have a really good matchup. But honestly, at his price, and he should get plenty of minutes as long as he doesn't get into foul trouble, he's a fine option here at center. Like I said, Enes Kanter at 4-7 looks like a great option there as well. Going down a little more, Total busted last time. I'm not going to get there because I know he's very famous for being busty chalk, so staying off of him. DeAndre Jordan is interesting here at 4-3. I actually don't know what he put up last game. I put up 10 fantasy points. Okay, never mind. Nope. No DeAndre Jordan for me because that's just not good. That's just not good if he's going to shoot twice. Tristan Thompson looks really good here. Sat out last game to rest the hamstring. This game he's coming back. The last game that he played 27 minutes, put up 5 of 7 shooting, grabbed 10 rebounds, put up a double-double, smashed his price point, had 29 fantasy points. All you really need at his price point today, he's priced at 4-2, so all you need is like 22.5. And we know he's capable of getting up to 30, so I really like Tristan Thompson there. In terms of value centers today, not really a ton. I'm probably going to be spending up today. Yeah, there's no value guys down here that I really like. So I'm going to be spending up. Probably the lowest I'll go is Tristan Thompson. And I will be getting plenty of Tristan Thompson just to increase my value. So now, if you guys stuck around this long, I appreciate you. Thank you for sticking around. So I'm going to be putting in my core four just for you guys to get a good look at what I'll be playing tonight. So I'll be playing Kyrie at point. That will be my first man in my core four. For my second spot, now this is if Westbrook sits out. I will be going to Raul Neto once we find him here. There he goes. So Raul Neto will definitely be my second guy in here. My third guy will be going to center, and that will be Nikola Jokic. Really love him here in the smash spot going against Phoenix. He'll get plenty of usage, and that's if Jamal Murray plays or doesn't. And then our final play is going to be very interesting, but I really like Dillon Brooks tonight. Dillon Brooks looking really good. Should get plenty of opportunities in a good price range here. Really like him. So here's my core four. So you get an average of 5K left. I know that's a bit low. Actually, you know what? Just because of that, I'm gonna change that just to more of a salary friendly guy. So if we go over to power forwards here, I definitely do like excuse me, I'm kind of losing my voice here at this point. With no Westbrook, I do like Advia, but he's not going to go on my core. But one guy I do like down here is going to be, I apologize, I'm missing him. Nope, maybe he's a small forward. I apologize, guys. I know you waited patiently for this. I'm just trying to make sure I get the right guy in here. Where is he? There he is. All right, Gary Temple. Sorry about that, y'all. I don't know why I went to power forwards for him, but here you go. So you got almost 6K left here. I think both these guys are really good values today. In a blowout, Garrett Temple should get plenty of run, so he should smash this 3-6 price. But this is going to be my core four tonight. So be sure to definitely take this down. If I were to take one guy out of the core, it would be Garrett Temple. So if you want to just roll with this and just have these guys, that's plenty fine too. But there you go, guys. That's the video. I appreciate y'all sticking through this. I know it was a long one, but it was an awesome time. So feel free to like, subscribe, and we will be getting more content out very soon. Appreciate y'all.